Going into this season, there were some Rangers fans that were wondering whether or not this team would end up being, once again, the top team coming out of the Metropolitan Division. My kind of guess / prediction was that the Rangers were going to finish at the top once again. So in today's video, we're going to kind of dive into the standings here, really kind of dive deep into the Metropolitan Division and kind of take a look at how good teams are doing, how good the Devils are doing, the Hurricanes, the Penguins, the Capitals, kind of break down this whole division here and take a look in depth at how the Rangers have been doing so far this season as well, and who I think will end up finishing, kind of in the top three of this Metropolitan Division. So let's get right into it here, starting off by pretty much just taking a look at my prediction, which was going into this season for the top three, Rangers in first place, in second place, the Devils, and in third place, the Carolina Hurricanes. So I think overall, some fans would definitely agree with me on that. If you disagree, definitely comment kind of your thoughts / predictions down below. I'd love to hear what you all think, kind of the top three, top five, whatever you're going to put down there for your kind of Metropolitan Division and kind of standings, their predictions. But either way, I really do think the Rangers are still the best team in this division. And as of right now, I think so far from what we've seen of the Rangers, I think they've proven me right. I think this is a team who, I know we didn't make that big splash move that a lot of Rangers fans kind of wanted to see. And like obviously the Devils kind of went out there and did. They made a couple pretty big moves. The Rangers didn't go out there and make a ton of big moves. They had brought back Chad Ruhwedel, signed Sam Carrick, obviously make the trade for Riley Smith there. Not really anything crazy happened with this Rangers team this offseason, but the team did add in some solid key players. Smith, Carrick, I think have done a pretty great job so far. Ruhwedel, obviously only played one game so far, but he's still a solid kind of depth guy. But this team, I think, has what it takes to possibly win the Cup. Now, obviously, that's kind of the big question mark. Can they actually do that? We'll have to wait and see. We are a very, very long way away from that. But I think from what we've seen so far and going into this season, I did think, and as of right now, I still think the Rangers are going to finish in the first spot in the Metropolitan Division once again. For the Devils in second place, I think from what they added in this offseason, getting in Markstrom there, do I think he's going to be as good as he's been in his prime in the past years? No. But should he be a better goaltender than kind of what they've had the past season? I would probably guess so. So imagining he's going to be better, and you obviously add in a guy like Brett Pesce as well, who should be a really great kind of addition for that squad. I think this is a team who should be improved, and obviously they have a quite young core as well, so their players are going to continue to develop and get better. And I don't love praising the Devils, but they do have a nice young squad there with some good prospects, some good young talent. So for the future kind of outlook there, they have a pretty good kind of future, but obviously right now as well, they should be a good team, but I don't think quite as good as the Rangers this season. And for the Hurricanes there, I think they're probably kind of slowly taking a bit of a step back. I don't think they're going to take a huge step back, but they should still be in the top three, but probably not going to be in the top two, because I do think the Devils and Rangers are clear of the Hurricanes there. But I still think they should be a pretty good team there. Definitely not going to be, a walkover in the first round of the playoffs if the Rangers had to play them, for example, or if the Hurricanes had to play them, or whatever, the Devils had to play them. Whoever plays the Hurricanes in the first round, because more like they're going to make the playoffs, is going to be a tough opponent, but I don't think they're quite as good as they've been in the past. So I really don't see them going far in this year's playoff run, and I don't see them finishing in the top two in this division. So now that we've taken a look at my prediction, and hopefully you all commented down below yours, let's take a look at the actual standings as of right now, with currently the New Jersey Devils in first place in the Metropolitan Division with 8 games played, 11 points, 5-2-1 record. They're not doing too bad at all. They're, obviously a pretty solid team. They're a +7 right now with the differential. But in second place, you have the New York Rangers, and they only have 5 games played though, and they have 9 points. So this team right now has not lost yet in regulation. This Rangers team is looking like an absolute wagon so far this year. Are they going to cool off a bit? Eventually, yes. But as of right now, this team's looking really good. They're on a 3-game win streak, yet to lose in regulation. A 4-0-1 record is phenomenal, and only 2 points back to the Devils' first place right now with 3 more games to play. That is not too bad at all. In third place, you have the Washington Capitals. 4 games played, 6 points, 3-1 record. Pretty good start for them as well. I mean, I don't think they're going to be a dominant team this year, but they definitely should be a team fighting for the playoff spot, along with these other teams I'm going to be mentioning here in the standings as well, like the Islanders there, 5 games played, 6 points. All right start, not great for them, but not too bad. The Penguins there don't really have the best start here, obviously, with 7 games played, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points, so not too great for the Penguins. They're also on a 2-game losing streak, so not ideal for them. You've then got the Carolina Hurricanes, who so far to start this season have not looked too good with a 2-2 record. For them, obviously not too great there, but they're still not out of the race. Obviously, we're still so early on in the season there, so I'm sure they'll obviously kind of turn things around a bit, but I don't think they're going to be that dominant of a team. And in 7th place, you have the Columbus Blue Jackets, who right now have 5 games played, 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points. they've obviously gone through a lot this past offseason and season so far. So I really do hope they can obviously really kind of make a nice run here at the playoffs and hopefully make it for the first time in quite a few years. And in 8th place, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, last spot in the Metropolitan Division with 5 games played, 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 OT loss. They got 3 points total, and they are a -8 in goal differential as well. So they're off to a pretty terrible start for their standards, a 2-game losing streak as well. They obviously have Matvei Michkov, who kind of a rising young kind of potential star, obviously, but their team so far is not looking too great so far to start this season. And now let's take a look, though, at a very interesting stat that is kind of telling on, I would say, really why the Rangers have kind of clearly been the best team so far this season in the division. And obviously, it's not the end-all, be-all stat, but goal differential. The Rangers are plus 14 right now, and the next closest team in second place is the Devils with only plus 7. So there's a pretty big gap there. And only in 5 games, the Rangers being plus 14 is a pretty great number to be at. So I think overall this team has done a great job to start this season. I definitely would say, to begin this season so far, they're definitely the best team in the Metropolitan Division. And taking a look at another couple stats here, but more just about the Rangers stats, and these definitely show you how good the Rangers have been this season as well. You've got goals for per game in the entire NHL. Right now, the Rangers 4.8, which is phenomenal. They're tied for first place in the entire league. Goals against per game, which is 2.0. They're tied for third. You have for power play percentage, the Rangers with a 31.3, tied for fourth. And for penalty kill percentage, the Rangers are at 89.5, tied for fourth once again. So this Rangers team, special teams wise, tied for fourth place, penalty kill and power play, not too bad. They're top 3 in both goals for and goals against per game, which is great to see. I mean, they're obviously doing a great job offensively and defensively. And, some of that obviously is Igor Shesterkin being a phenomenal goaltender, on the PK and on the, obviously just in general, 5-on-5, not allowing too many goals. But this team is really playing some good hockey right now. And, once this team really gets going, I think, hopefully we do see that kind of Zibanejad, Kreider, and Riley Smith line. If that line can really get going, which, hopefully we kind of see that happen at some point once they get more chemistry and, continue to get more experience together, that could be a really great line. Obviously, we have that third line that's of kind of Cooley, Hedel, and Cockle. They've looked pretty good so far. I think the fourth line's played good. Obviously, the Rangers kind of, top line, you could say, of Panarin, Trocheck, and Lafreniere. They have been phenomenal once again and have picked up exactly where they left off last season. So that's exactly what you want to see to that line there. And with how the New York Rangers defensive core has kind of been playing so far this season without Ryan Lindgren, I think that's a great sign as well. I mean, Trouba has not been completely terrible like we've seen at moments last season. I think, obviously Zach Jones, he's been good at moments there. Chad Ruhwedel, he had that one game, he looked decent, didn't look too bad. Victor Mancini has been a pleasant surprise there, obviously making the team at a training camp there with Lindgren having an injury, and he is performed quite phenomenally, having a goal and an assist so far this season as well. I mean, he's off to a great start, and actually did go to the Toronto Maple Leafs game, in Toronto there when the Rangers were playing them this past weekend, and I got to see that nice assist there for his first career assist for Victor Mancini as well. So that was great to see. I was wearing my Lafreniere jersey, got to see Lafreniere score that first goal of the game as well, which was great to see. And the Rangers won, so that was phenomenal. But all in all, getting back to the point here, this D-core is looking great. Foxy's off to another great start there. He is on pace to possibly win the Norris Trophy. He's going to be one of the top guys looking like as of right now. And I mean, Keandre Miller, he's looked, all right. At moments he has, been a little disappointing for sure. He makes a few turnovers, has a few, really kind of tough defensive plays at moments. But in general, I think this D-core has done a pretty solid job. And puck moving wise, they've looked quite phenomenal. And obviously in net there with Igor Shesterkin, he's been absolutely elite. And we also saw Jonathan Quick there have that one start so far where he ended up performing quite well as well. Anyways, though, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, definitely hit that like and subscribe button for a ton more New York Rangers content. I'm posting pretty much every single day, so if you're a New York Rangers fan, there's no better place to be than this channel. So hit that like and subscribe button, as well as don't forget to comment down below kind of your predictions for these standings in the Metropolitan Division. Who do you think is going to be top 3 in the division, top 5, first place? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. See ya.